Hi, my name is Justin Chervony. I'm a student at Dev Code Camp, and I'm here to present my Capstone project, the elaborated media library project that I've been working on. It's a more aesthetic take on what I would consider to be a very classic application, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. So let's get started. So why did I start coding? Well, I was a semi-professional classical musician for several years and had studied recording, audio engineering for a few years after that, and I've been working in Miami for 3 years as an audio engineer. The environment was less conducive for me than I would have hoped for learning and growth. And I just wasn't really enjoying myself, so I wanted to try to find a different career path. After I ended up working on leaving the position that I was in, my girlfriend got a job in California, and I have been wanting to move out there and potentially find something that would be, able to be worked remotely or anything that had more flexibility and options. And I've been trying to learn coding for years, and I was, ended up finding Dev Code Camp and the Flex program ended up offering me, a way to really stay motivated to be able to finally do it. So I'm really happy to have been able to kind of finish up my time and that I've learned the things that I've learned so far. So a media library application, we've already seen a bunch of these. There's Spotify, there's iTunes, there's Windows Media Player. You have a million and one of these things. So why make another one? Well, um, I've always been more fascinated with the ability to hold albums and records and be able to enjoy the aesthetics of that. So I wanted to try to find a way to meld the digital aspects and the benefits of what digital offers with the aesthetics of what analog always provided. Given my background as a musician and an audio engineer, I thought that it would be a great way to tie in what I've been doing for most of my life with what I've started learning with coding. Um, Obviously, this accomplishes the exact same things that a regular application would, but the hope is that it's an aesthetically more pleasing option and one that I've enjoyed making, and one that once it's kind of more fleshed out, I'd actually really like to use it more consistently. It's pretty cool. So before we get started looking at the project itself, I want to make sure that we can look at the technologies that were actually used. So, React.js and the various projects on the or packages on the front end were utilized. MySQL for the database, Django for the back end, HTML. I do use more plain CSS. I've found it more interesting to be able to control when I can and can't do something on the design aspect rather than relying on a library so far. And I feel like I've learned a lot of CSS in the process of doing that. Postman was used to test all of my endpoints. Trello was something that I'd been familiar with prior, but I was able to really utilize it very well for this project in terms of planning. And then other collaboration and research resources, Google, instructors, other folks that I know, etc. The project was done probably in the span of a 2.5, 3 week sprint. I ended up taking a bit of time between the end of the course and when I was able to really work on this, so it kind of threw a bit of a slog in there, but was able to kind of get it through in the last few weeks, and here it is. So now for the project itself, let's take a look at this. Um, So over here, this is the login page that the user would end up seeing, and you can see you'd be able to register if you need to. Let's take a look in here. So this would be a typical home page opening up, and you see that you have your bar up here for your navigation for your home page, which is where we are right now, and a full library. You obviously can log out if you need to up there. We have the ability to add a song here and be able to choose an image file, an audio file, and there's an edit song feature here, which we'll go into shortly. And we'll be able to search all the songs. And you see at the bottom, there's a current song with a playback function here. So we obviously have no songs. We can create a song. So let's just say I wanted to create this song that I really like called Titanium, by David. geta. And it was a single, so we'll put that there, and we'll put it under EDM. So I could choose a file, be able to select with the album image, be able to select the audio file, and be able to create it. And it shows up here. And there's a play function, there's an edit function, and there's a delete function. So say that I ended up misspelling something here and I wanted to go back and edit it here. I can always go back and type it here. See, it already populated the fields. And then we can submit the edit, and it immediately goes in over there and it works. So this is great. I'd be able to add my own songs and be able to do some things. You see right here that, like eventually there'll be a playback functionality where I can hit the play here and be able to actually play it back from the song. Right now there's a pre-recorded track in there. But say that I want to get more songs and be able to add them to my specific library so I'd be able to actually see these. Well, I can go to the full media here and be able to add these songs as I see. But 7 songs is way too many. I can't sift through this. I just need to be able to search for this easier. So I really like Africa, and I wanted to be able to search for this. So maybe if I type in Africa here, I'd be able to find it. Oh, well, there's several of these. Well, I think I want this one. Oh, thanks. I'm glad to know that it was added specifically because of here. And I want to add this one because I kind of like the Toto by Africa and Africa by Toto. So I'm going to add that too. I can delete these to go back and see if there's anything else. I don't think so. I think I'll leave this as it is. And go back to the home page and you see that these are now added under the user libraries. But, maybe I want it to fix because the album is not Tototo. I can go back here and edit that as well. So it's very easy in terms of functionality, and it's very smooth, which the search function works here as well. We do have playback functionality here, and that's the full features here. We obviously can log out and have other users that will end up seeing their own home pages with their own specific libraries, but every song that's added by a user will be accessible by all users. Say that we're here and we just want to, we're like, we don't really need 2 Africa by Totos, so we're going to delete this one. So it deletes that and it's gone. That's that. So it's removed from all things. Future iterations of this project beyond the playback functionality that I would like to flesh out. The other features that I would want to work on, would be the removal of the song from the user's library without fully removing it, which would require adjustments to the association of users to songs. If there happens to be the last user deleted from a song, it would have to be deleted and given a prompt. But otherwise, the main playback functionality would require a more integrated usage of the Web Audio API, which I've not done as much of yet. I wanted to get more of the functionality of the data manipulation used, and that was very successful, which I'm really happy for. That's everything that I've really been able to work on, and I'm honestly really proud of the work that I've been able to put in. I wanted to thank everybody at DevCode Camp for their support, and especially the instructors as of late being able to take a lot of time out of their day and their schedule to be able to help me work this out, because a lot of it was extended functionality. And specific shout out to Pascal, my one-on-one instructor, who helped me from the beginning, and I would not have been able to honestly finish the coursework and had stuck it out if it not for him and his inspiration. So thank you so much for sitting here and being able to listen to this presentation and check out my functionality. If there's any questions or rebuttals or anything else, I would love to hear it. Please feel free to reach out. Thanks so much.